So for today's video, I just want to share with you guys how I calibrate my footage to look like something you might see in movies. I calibrate all my footage in DaVinci Resolve, so I'll just show you guys how I build up my node structure and how I'm able to get the footage to look the way it looks. And so for the sponsor of this video is sponsored by yours truly, Groby Goes. I'll be demonstrating how I edit my videos using my one-click LUTs that are actually up on my website and ready for purchase. They're only 10 bucks. And if you decide to get the LUTs, follow me on Instagram and tag me in the videos that you calibrate with those LUTs, and I'll share them on my stories. So let's get back into the video. All right, so we're gonna jump into DaVinci Resolve, and as you can see right here, I already have the clips that I'll be color grading already set up here. So they're already set up and good to go. So we're gonna start with this first clip. I shot it with the DJI Action 6, and it's this shot of where I mounted the DJI Action 6 on the hood of my car. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go into the color section. And so we're gonna go ahead and just throw the LUT on there, boom. And as you can see already, the footage looks very good with the LUT. So I'm gonna just add a couple tweaks to it to just kind of build and improve upon it. So I'm gonna name this node LUT right here. So that's gonna be the LUT. Then I'm gonna have another node, and then I'm gonna start tweaking a few things here and there. I'm gonna call this exposure, and let's see what I can do about this. I'm gonna pull the shadows just a little bit because it seems like it's a little dark on the shadows. So with the LUT that I have designed, it gets me like, I want to say 80% already there. I designed it to be like a one-click LUT to where my footage is pretty much like almost there. The only thing I'll do is exposure and maybe temperature if I want to, but I'm okay with the temperature, so I think I'll just leave it as is. So in my exposure, that's why I play around with the highlights as well, try to see if I can bring the highlights down just to get a little bit more detail in the clouds up here. Saturation is good, so I don't need to do anything with that. Hue, tint, you can always mess around with the tint, but usually for like tint, I'll open another node and do anything that I kind of like want to adjust. I would advise just open another node and work on that node. That way, if you don't like the changes you've made, you can just delete the node or turn the node off. So that looks pretty decent as is right there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add another node here. And this node, I'll put the blur on this node. And usually I like to just have a little bit of that circular blur on the edges of my footage. It just gives it a nice little vintage touch. It gives the footage a little bit of character. That way it's not looking too clinical and too sharp. So I'll put the circular blur on this node. And then the cool thing with circular blur, we can adjust the center point. So I'll try to have the center point kind of centered on me, and then I'll just dial this back because it's too much right now. Because like right here, it's looking kind of like, let's see here, it's looking too, too pronounced. But if I dial it back here, and then I'll go to 0, and then I'll just bring it back in, and I'm looking at kind of like the edges. I'm looking at kind of these edges just to kind of soften the edges up. Let's see. Looks pretty good. And then let me dial it back a little bit more, just a little bit more, to where it's not looking too clinical. That's looking pretty good right there. I'll add another node, and this node is, I'm gonna name this node Glow. This is what I'm gonna name this node. So I like to add a little bit of glow to my footage, because with glow, you can give the footage a little bit of that vintage look, and then you can add grain, and that usually kind of like gets me to where I'm happy with the footage. So we got glow here. What I normally do is I'll just push this all the way out to like right about here. It's looking very pronounced now. Then I'll add some color to the glow. So this was like in the morning, so kind of giving it a little bit of the orange look to the sky. And I'll go down here to my composite type. I'll take it all the way down to soft light, and soft light kind of softens everything a little bit. As you can see, the footage is looking nice and soft, but soft light also kind of like pulls everything down. So I'll go back into my exposure here, and then I'm gonna just kind of lift things up a little bit. I'll go over here to my curves. Yeah, let's use the S curve here. And then we can kind of bring things up a little bit, kind of raise the shadows a little bit. And then a lot of this is just kind of like fine tuning it a little bit, giving it a little bit of that S curve. Let's see here. So that looks pretty good to me. And usually you can add more things to the footage, like as far as tweaking the footage, but usually for me, that's good enough. The only other thing I'll probably add to this footage is grain. So I have the free version of DaVinci Resolve, so I don't have the option to add grain within DaVinci Resolve, but there are different type of grain overlays you can get for free online, or there are some companies that sell overlays that you can get. So usually I just use like an overlay to throw on top of there to get that grain, and that's pretty much how I'm able to get that vintage look. And we can take a look at the results. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next clip here. So the next clip, so this footage I took with the DJI Osmo Nano, and I shot the footage in 4K, D-Log M, and we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. So I'm gonna go to my LUTs, and I have my DJI custom LUT ready to go here. Just one click right there. So just off the one click right there, you can see it's already looking pretty good. But we're gonna go ahead and usually, if I was just trying to put something together real quick, this would be good enough. But like I said, we're trying to get a little bit of a look here. So I'm gonna name this LUT, and then I'm gonna do the same thing, exposure for the second node, exposure, and I'm gonna just go in my color wheels. Like I said, with your exposure, you can use your color wheels here, and at the bottom you can play around with your highlights. If you want to bring the highlights down a little bit, bring them up. And usually for me, as long as they're under like 896, that's good. So I don't have to play around with the highlights. I can see some detail in the clouds there. Shadows, you can play around with the shadows as well. Put the shadows just a little bit, that way the shadows are kind of like not crushed. I'm gonna put the shadows a little bit here. And then white balance is looking pretty good. I don't feel like I have to do anything to the white balance. So we're gonna keep on speeding along here. And then here, what we're gonna do on this node, this is where I'm gonna add my circular blur. So I'll put my blur effect. And then we're gonna go to effects. We're gonna throw the blur there, boom. I'm gonna go crazy with the threshold. Come down here, same thing. This was shot in the morning, so kind of golden hour. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that orangey yellow tone to it, maybe closer to like orange. Bam, I'm gonna come down here, atmosphere. Now let's go to advanced controls. We're gonna go to soft light. And like I said, soft light kind of brings everything down. And you can also play with the opacity of the soft light. So sometimes you can just come down here and play around with it. I think I'm gonna leave it right here. So that's another way of doing it. Instead of jumping back into my exposure node and playing with the exposure, you can just play with the opacity. And I'm liking the way it looks. Actually, that was glow. So I'm gonna name that glow, not blur. And then we can just add the blur after. Yeah, I'm a little bit sleep deprived, so bear with me. For the next node, we're just gonna do the circular blur, just to add that little finishing touch on there. But this is a little bit of a cheat code to get some of that blur, because we know these cameras shoot at deep focus. So we're gonna move that right there, and I move this up here. And then I like to dial it back all the way to like around 216, 222, right about there. Boom, run it back here. That looks pretty good, and gives it a little bit of the dreamy vibe with the glow. So it gives it a little bit of like character. And like I said, the only other thing I probably would do is just throw on like some grain, and then we're good to go. So that's pretty much it. And we're gonna go ahead and look at the results. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next clip here. And this next clip I shot on the DJI Action 6. So I shot it at 8K here. We're gonna get my DJI Gold custom LUT. And the reason why I named it gold, because you get a lot of those like gold kind of character in your oranges, and then you get a little bit of teal in the blues. So it's almost like a classic, you know, orange and teal look. All right, so we got the LUT there, and off the rip, it's looking pretty good, but I feel like the exposure needs a little tweaking. So I'm gonna go to exposure here. We're gonna add here, exposure. So exposure, you know, I'll just go to my wheels here. I'm gonna pull the shadows a little bit, you know, to where it's not looking too crushed in the shadows. I'm okay with the color temperature, so I'm not gonna do anything to the color temperature. Let's try to play around with the tint and just kind of see what kind of different looks we can get. So we can add more of like a greenish look here. We can we can go more of like yeah, purple look, green, purple, but I'll kind of lean a little bit towards like this little more like a purple hue right there. Makes a slight difference, kind of kills a little bit of the greens, especially if I want to get a little bit more separation right here where the glass is. So that's fine. I'm gonna do a glow effect here, glow to get a little bit of that like dreamy vibe. As you can see, it's kind of lifted up the shadows here. And I mean, for this shot, I don't think I have to do too much with the glow. I can just add like a little bit of color. You know, it was during sunset. A lot of this footage is like during golden hour. So, I mean, I don't even need to kind of like tweak it too much because I'm liking the way it looks already. All right, I think that's pretty good right there. Like, I don't think I need to do anything else. That's it, just quick, one click with the LUT. So I think we're gonna go ahead and look at the results. I want to do one more clip with the Emerald DJI LUT. I'm gonna grab my Emerald LUT, throw it on the footage. I'm gonna name that LUT, and I'm gonna add another node. That way we can play around with the exposure. And I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna use my curves. I like to click on edible splines because I'm able to get like a nice curve. So I'm trying to kind of raise, because the shadows are kind of like crushed here. So I'm just gonna raise stuff just a little bit, like right there. I like that. As you can see, we're getting that nice, almost like matrixy vibe. Okay, so I'm looking at the shadows as well. I'm not trying to get stuff to look all weird, but all right, so it just requires some finessing. And another thing you can do here is you can play around with your offset, which kind of softens like the effect of the LUT as well. That way your LUT is not like at full filter. So we can see how that looked without the LUT. Then we added the LUT and then we played around with the exposure a little bit. So that looks pretty good right there. And then, like I said, it's more of like a distinct look that you're getting using that LUT. I'm gonna add another node here. I'm gonna name this one Glow because I'm looking at the lights up here, so I just want them to have a nice little bit of a glow up top. And the cool thing about adding glow, it kind of also raises a little bit the shadows, and then you can play around with the opacity as well. So this is like down, but that kind of just gives it some character. It just kind of makes the footage pop. We're gonna go like right about there. If I look at this footage right now, it's definitely looking top tier. That little cinematic look, the shadows are looking pretty strong there. There's a lot of character and contrast to the footage, and that's how I like my footage to look. So it's just an acquired taste. It's just kind of like something that draws my eye. I'm happy with the glow. I don't think I need to do anything to it. And the only thing I can do is I can add a little bit of that like orange, almost like a yellow tint to it. Boom. And then, let's see here. We're gonna do blur, and I think we're gonna call it. And we're gonna adjust the center point, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of bring it down to like 210. That way it's just very saddle. Like a lot of these effects, they work best if they're saddle, if they're not too pronounced, and it's just on the edges. Maybe I can raise it up to like 222. Other than that, just 4 nodes. Another thing you can do if you want, you can play around with the color boost just to kind of make the colors a little bit more pronounced. But like I mentioned with a lot of these like LUTs that I've put together, these 2 LUTs, everything is already set up to where you just have to do some minor tweaks. But I think that's pretty much it. We'll go ahead and look at the results here. So that's pretty much it for the video. This is how I color grade my footage. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.